Okay, so we're down on the mats now, balls at the ready. The other thing you'll need is small head pillow and a larger pillow or towel if you've got one. This is so that when we're lying on our backs over the ball, you've got enough depth to support your neck, okay? So make sure you've got one of those handy as well. You don't need it to start off with, you have your single little pillow. We're going to go down into our normal starting position, and then from there, feet and knees hip width apart, do a little shoulder bridge, pop that ball underneath that lower part of your back so that you're balanced on it there, okay? As I say, if you haven't got one of those but you've got a roller, you can use a roller instead. Just grab my roller and show you what I mean. So if you've got a roller, again, bridge up and you can pop it underneath your bottom, that way round, okay? Because we're going to be going up into double tabletop on it. So you can use a roller or use a ball. I'll pop my ball back into position. Once you're there, feel how you're relaxing, you're putting more weight through your shoulders. So think about that being nice and open across the top of your chest. Feet are level with the knees and the hips, and then just roll backwards and forwards across the ball or the roller. I'm going to refer to it as a ball from now on because that's what I'm using. So you're pushing down and feel what's happening with that lower back with your spine. We're going to find our centre in a moment. Normally we would say your bony bits at the top of at the front of your pelvis will point up to the ceiling. If we have them pointing straight up, you're going to have too much of an arch in your back. So for your centre on the ball, those bony bits are pointing slightly back towards the corner of the room or just above your head, okay? So they're just pulling up this way a little bit. From there, once you've got that position, engage that tummy. We're going to bring the arms up and float them back overhead and back up, okay? Reach and back. Now that's far too easy, so lower the arms down, come into a single tabletop. You can stick with a single tabletop and both arms back, or if you're feeling adventurous and strong, come into a double tabletop, keep that balance there. Okay, so you're really working on that core and that balance, and we do our double leg stretch arms. Breathe in, breathe out to bring back. Stretching overhead, coming back. Working tight through the middle. We're halfway with that one. We're going to do 3 more. Breathe in, breathe out, keep that balance. 2. Last one coming up. Drawing in through that tummy. Check you're not arching through that lower back. And then bring those arms down. And from there, let's do a one leg stretch on the ball. Reaching away with one, coming back in. Centre through the middle of that core. Drawing in through your tummy, especially as you reach out. So tighten up and stretch. Coming back in. Reaching away. Coming back in. Once more each leg. Last one. Coming back in, bring those arms back up. This time we're going to add the legs as well. So we're reaching over, coming back in, tight through the middle, reach and back. Halfway with this one, reaching out, stay on those balls. And say if it's too difficult, just do one leg and one arm, the opposite arm, or just the arms and one leg. Keep the other leg down on the ground. Oh, I've lost count. Let's do one more. Opening out, coming back in, lower the arms, lower the legs, one by one. Just have a little swizzle around on that ball, loosening the back off. Good stuff. We're going to do one more exercise on the ball like this. We're going to do our hip twist on the ball. So, similar thing, come up into a single tabletop. And you can either do single tabletop and opposite arm. Yeah, or you can draw in, come into double tabletop, bring both arms up, and one arm goes out, one leg goes out, come back in. It's only going to be a little leg movement. If it's too difficult to do it with the arms up as well, keep the arms down. Yeah, just to give yourself a bit more stability. Oh, I've lost count of which arm and leg I'm doing. That arm, that leg. Oh. Drawing in through that middle. This is hard work, guys. Keep going for another 2. Try not to wobble. It's really, really difficult. Come back in. Lower those arms. Lower the legs one at a time. And breathe. Draw in through your tummy. Lift that bottom up. Roll back down onto the lovely flat land. Good stuff. We're going to come up into sitting now. So, as you come up, you're going to place the ball behind that lower area of your back again, and we're going to sort of squidge down on it as we do our rollbacks. So we're going to do our rollbacks with that ball there to push into, and I think what some of you might find is you actually use your core a lot more. So start from that sitting up position, yeah, drawing up through the chest. If you haven't got a ball there, you can go without, or you could use your roller, okay, or rolled up towel. From there, drop back down, pulling in through that tummy. From there, you're going to reach one arm out, come back in. Reach the other arm out, come back in, and roll up. Breath in, breath out. Likely to hold the ball as you get into position, then draw in through your tummy. Reach and back. Reach and back. And it's a little twist through the middle, so we're getting these obliques working. Okay? We're going to change the arms after the next one, so we'll do one more like that. So hold the ball there, drop down, turn out and back in. Out and back in, and forward and lift up. Okay, we're changing the arms, we're going to float them up this time instead. So into position, drop back down, pulling in through your tummy, float one arm up and down, up and down, up and around, up and around, and come back up. So a little bit longer hold that time. 2 more like that, okay? If it's too much for you, rest, okay? You've not got to kill yourself doing this. So we're going to drop back down, float up and down. Drawing in through that tummy, float up and around, float up and around, and lean forward and lift up. Okay, last one coming up. Breath in, breath out, we sink back down, pulling in through your tummy. Float, float, float and around, float and around, come back up, lift up and relax out. You can open out those legs, give yourself a bit of a breather. Have a nice stretch out. Good stuff. Okay, still going to have it underneath our back. We're going to have it underneath the top part of our back now. So this is where you need that second pillow. So I'm going to move down a little bit, pop the second pillow in place. To get back into position now, roughly puts it where you think it's going to be, sort of mid-shoulders, or you can hold it around your sort of mid-back area, ladies sort of bra strap area. Down you go and roll into position. So if I lift my arms up, you can see where it is. That's the top of my shoulder, so it's about a hand's width, a palm width away from my shoulder. So once you're there, you've got your double pillow supporting that head or a large cushion. And we're going to start off with our abdo prep. So if you bring your arms, support the back of your head, have those elbows out wide, feet and knees hip width apart. From there, breath in, breath out, drawing through your tummy, we're rolling up, hold for the breath in and gently roll out on the next breath out. Let's do that again. Breath in, breath out as we come up. Hold and lower back down. We're not pulling up through the arms, okay? The arms are just cradling that head a little bit. Elbows nice and wide. Up we come. We're really working between that rib cage and that pelvis, pulling us up. And we go down. Got 3 to go. Breath in. Breath out. We're coming up. Holding. And slowly lowering back down. 2. Up we come, holding and lowering back down. Last one. Up we come and gently lower back down. Have a little rest there. With the next one, you can stick with what you've just been doing, or if you take away that pillow, we start the same position but we're hovering there, and we're going to come up and then go back down to that hover position. You might think, what are we doing differently, Alison? What we're doing is we're having to keep that tummy working all the time because we've not got anything to rest on, so that tummy's still holding us there in that back position. Coming up, drawing in through it, lowering back out. Breath in, breath out as we come up, lower back down. 2 to go. Breath in, breath out, pulling in, hold, come back out. Last one. Coming in, squeezing in, lowering back down. Find that pillow, pop it back in place. Have a little rest there. We've got one last lot of abs to do, okay? And again, you can stick with the original first one where you're starting from the pillow, or we take both pillows away and we start leaning right back over onto the mat, okay? Go carefully. If at all you're worried, don't do it. But from there, we have a breath in and we're coming up a bigger range, rolling right over, holding, and then slowly releasing back. Breath in, breath out. And slowly back. Breath in, breath out, coming up. And breath out. 2 to go. Up we come, pulling in. Think where those muscles attach on the base of those rib cage, down to your pelvis. As we come up, they're shortening, they're getting closer together. So they're tightly squeezed together there. And then as we go back down, it's like a rubber band slowly stretching out. Good stuff. Come back up a little bit, pop your pillows back in place. We've got one final exercise in this position to do before we change position again. So float the arms out. We're going to double leg stretch. We're using it for mobility this time. So normally we'd be trying to keep centered. But as we go back here, we've got more range to work into. So we're allowing that rib cage to lift up in the middle. So my ribs are right high. Okay, from there, we're bringing the arms back over. Okay, reach back, As we come back over, we are starting to engage through the tummy to help bring those shoulders back into position. Once more like that. And coming back. Let's do 4 more, but we're adding legs. So we're going to slide one leg out, stretch over, and draw back in. Change to the other side. Opening out, drawing back in. Out we go. Drawing back in. Last one. Big reach, fingers to toes. Draw back in using your tummy and relax there. Let's get rid of the ball. Have a little roll to the side. Move it out of the way. Take the big pillow out of the way as well. We're laying flat on the mat. It feels lovely. Bring the arms out to the side. Bring your feet and knees together. Let's have a little hip twist stretch. So knees go one way, head goes the other. I usually get a big clunk from my back at this point. And then we go back the other way. But that's all right. Clunks are fine. Stretching over. Coming back in. Over to the other side. Bring your arms down a little way. Over to the other side. Big old stretch. And then back to the middle. Okay, we're going to go over onto our sides now. Balls that are ready. And again, you can use a roller for this as well if you want to. So we're going to be supporting on our arm, on our forearm, and we're going to have our waist supported by the ball. We're stacked up otherwise into our normal clam position. So you can feel how you're sinking down through your shoulders here. So that's all scrunched up horrible. We're weighted down on the ball. So we want to lift that chest up, take some pressure off that ball. And with that arm, we're just reaching over for our side reach. So you can feel that, okay? Let's do 2 like that. And come back. Now we're going to add some legs to it. So this top leg, we're going to come from there. We're going to reach over and we're going to stretch that leg out as well. And fold. And open. And open, and fold, and open, lifting up, so I'm barely touching the ball on that extended position, big side flexion, come back in, last one, over we go, come back to the middle, rest that foot on there, check your position, okay, from there we're going to clam with the leg, open, okay, with the arm we're going to take it open as well, and we're going to come and fold underneath. So start from that twisted position and open, rolling under, opening out, rolling under, opening out, squeeze through the bottom, try and make it light through that waist. 2 to go. Opening out. Last one. Opening out. Squeezing through the bottom. Come back down. Bottom leg comes forward. Top leg goes at the back. And we're into our sort of mermaid position. From here, bring that arm over. And we're going to slide down and reach. Come back up, okay? Down we go again, and we're reaching round this time. Now, with that ball, you can go up onto it and roll it away. Let me just move my pillow out of the way. Roll it away. Bring the elbows back and roll it away. You can do this just as well, if not better, with a roller. Stretch it away. Come back up, straight arms this time. Roll it away. Straight arms back. Well done, folks. Let's go over onto the other side. We'll do those on the other side. So we're starting off on those sideline ones. So we've got the ball underneath that sort of hip, waist area, forearm support, shoulders nice and parallel, hips and knees in our normal clam position. So we've got a straight line going from shoulders through your bottom down to your feet. From there, don't sink down, lift up through the chest. Start off with a couple of arm openings. Not arm openings, are they? They're side bends. Side bends. So I'm almost coming off that ball there. The weight's coming off. Baggy top still on it, but the weight's off it. This time we are going to bring in that leg. So as we go over, we reach out. And we bring the knee forward, scrunch, and open. Scrunch, and open. Keep going for another 4, 3, so really curling up, opening out, curl up, open out, 2 to go, open out, last one, open out, and then come back to that rest position in the middle. So remember our clam position, so from here, we climb open. We're drawing up through the waist, feeling it through the back of the bottom. Make sure you don't twist round. We're going to add that on, opening out, and then we're threading the needle almost underneath. Come back and open, and thread. And open, and thread. Open and thread. Nearly there, we've got 2 more to do. Out we go. Coming back in. Last one. Come back in. And then back to that start position. Bring the lower leg forward, top leg back. Rest the ball out the way to start with. As we go into our flow into our mermaid. Nearly forgot what I was doing. There we go, over we go. Have a good old reach. Come back over, lifting up. So we're using our strong side muscles to help us lift over. Over we go. Come back up. Okay, this time we're going to bring the ball into play as well. So we go over. Bring the hands forward onto the ball, so we're reaching away, bend the elbows, reach away, bend the elbows. So we get that twist through that upper body. It's a little bit of an awkward one, you're having to balance quite hard on the ball. Okay, down we go. This time come up nice and tall, bring mine back so I can get a bit more of a stretch. Stretching up there, reach away. Stretch back up, reach away, big stretch, pull back in. Good stuff. They're quite tricky, those last ones. As I say, you can do them with a roller. If I just bring my roller into play, and with a roller they make it a little bit more elegant. Last one. Leaning back and coming up. Good stuff. Let yourself relax down. Our final challenge then this morning is going to be to do a full leg pulling prone type movement. So this is where we go, well, not the full movement, we're going to go into the movement before the full movement. So we start off with our toes tucked in, as if we were doing our leg pulling prone prep, but we take our hands a bit further forward like we were doing with the press ups. We squeeze through the thighs, hover up, but then extend those legs. So we're in a flat plank position. Bend the knees and come back down. Okay? So your arms should be slightly in front, your hands slightly in front of you. Squeeze through the knees, draw in through your tummy, hover up, extend the legs, pull back and down. Okay? If it's too tough, go back to the leg pulling prep underneath. Yeah? If you're with me, let's do another few. Squeezing in, hover up, reach over, pull back and down. Doing it with the ball really helps assist us, okay? You can try it without and feel the difference. Squeezing in, we hover up, reach out, pull back and down. Don't lift your bottom too high, okay? We're not going in towards the downward dog. Those of you that know that position from yoga. So we squeeze, hover and reach. We've not got the bottom up, we're keeping the bottom low. Come back in and down. Last one then folks, ready? Squeeze, lift up, reach over, come back, lower down and rest back. That's a toughie, okay? So go carefully, you can have a little look through, pick the bits that you wanted to do, leave the bits that you felt were too challenging, okay? Let's just stretch out the quads before we get up into standing. So if you go down onto your tummy, reach down for your foot, bring it up toward your bottom, stretch out the front of that thigh. Breathing in, breathing out. Holding it there. 3, 2, 1. Gently relax that leg. Let's go on to the other side. So this is like doing the standing stretch where you bring your heel to your bottom. But the thing is, when you're lying down, A, you're not going to fall over. And also you can't cheat. You may feel that you're lifting up through your bottom, that your knees trying to push into the ground. That's because you're really tight across the front of your thigh and the front of your hip. Standing up, you haven't got the ground there to push against, so your knee might float forward and you're cheating your stretch a bit. So it can be more effective doing it lying down as well as being safer. 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg. Pop your hands underneath your chest, come up for a final stretch backwards. Take a nice deep breath in to the back of your rib cage. Sink down a bit further. And then let's carefully get ourselves up into standing. So I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of a different session. I think the ball is really useful for doing some of the stretching work and some really good tummy work. You can pick and choose which exercises you might want to use it for. So if we're doing any of the mat work, just general mat work ones, if you like the ball and like having that feeling of having it underneath to do tabletops and things like that, you can always pop it underneath anyway, okay? So let's have a little stretch down before we say goodbye. Have a little stretch of those fingers, have a little shake of them out. Deep breath in, breath out, just drop the head and shoulders, let the arms dangle. Have a little bend of the knees, link the fingers, and then slowly stretch out in front of you. Take those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And then push them out wide. Push down. And relax. Down we go. Dangle those arms, link the fingers, stretch them out again. Really push ahead of you. All the way up towards the ceiling, drawing in through your tummy. Stretch the hands wide, push down. I was saying to my Zoom class this morning, it's like you're a gymnast and you've got those rings, you're holding yourself there, pushing that there, using that strength, and then relax. Floaty, floaty arms up, arm openings, just glide round, float back, and again. Nice and light, round the body, turning through, nice flowy movement, once more each side. Last one, coming back into the middle, lowering those arms, take the feet out, and we're going to go into our sort of lunge position, side lunge, so we're going to go out there and come back in, for 3, 2, 1, from there, lean over that leg, stretch that arm over, big circle round to the other side, switch the feet round, and we're going to go into that backward lean. Float that arm down, stretch over, circle it around, turn the feet, and come into that stretch, that backward stretch there. Good stuff. Come into the middle, feet turned, Charlie Chaplin like, sink down for 3, 2, 1, from there, fold over, circle over, fold and circle. Both arms out, stretch up tall, twist round through the waist, down towards your hamstring stretch for your saw, come back up, round to the other side and down, come back into the middle, take a deep breath in, and we're going to roll down with a wide stance this time, down towards the floor. See if you can touch the floor, see if you can slide those hands back between those legs as far as you can, don't go into a forward roll there, and then come back up. Horrible memories of being a disaster at gymnastics as a kid. Let's go down again, so curling up with the head, reach down towards the floor, tuck yourself in, and then slowly, slowly come back up, step into the middle, have a little march out, 3, 2, 1, feet parallel, breath in, breath out, normal roll down, flop down into the middle, and then engage that core as you roll back up, unfurling, dropping the shoulders, and again, breath in, breath out, chin down, down we go, stretch down to the floor, come back up, rest yourself back, breathing in, breathe out, breathing in, once more. Into our starting position. Think about that posture. Make sure you're lifting yourself up, engage through that tummy. Well done, folks. See you next week.